Geography, Chapter 1, Local Time and Standard Time. In this video, we will learn about the measurement of time in terms of olden days and also in the modern days. Introduction. Let us get answer to the questions asked in a textbook page 1. The first question says, why does the duration of day and night keep changing? The duration of day and night keeps changing as the earth is tilted at an angle of 23.5 degrees. All of us know earth rotates around itself, and because of that reason, the duration of day and night keeps on changing every day. How many longitudes can be drawn on the world map keeping an interval of 1 degree each? Since we have 360 longitudes, we can draw 360 longitudes at interval of 1 degree each. Third question, the apparent movement of the sun from east to west is a result of what? It is a result of the rotation of the earth from west to east. All of us know earth rotates around itself and also revolves around the sun. When the earth rotates around itself, it rotates from the direction from west to east. What is the direction of the rotation of the earth? The direction of the rotation of the earth is from west to east. Fifth question, while the earth rotates, how many longitudes face the sun daily? While the earth rotates, 360 longitudes face the sun daily. We'll learn how it learns in the next part. At which longitudes does the date change? The date changes at 180 degree longitude. Seventh question. How was the time measured in olden days? In olden days, time was measured with the help of natural events such as sunrise and sunset and instruments like Datikapatra and sand timer. In the present days, we use the instruments such as watches and calendars. So these are the questions I have answered to the questions which are asked in the textbook Geography, page number 1. All of us know how to see the time. The instrument that we use today to see the times are watches, mobile phones, we have clock watch, etc. But in olden days, people did not have watch, they did not have any idea of how to see the time. In such situations, people used to go through the sunset and the sunrise. When they would see the sunrise, sun coming up, they would declare it was the morning. Similarly, when they realized the sun has gone right on top of their head, they would discuss this as the noon. Similarly, when the sun was about to go down, sunset, they would realize it is now going to become evening and is now going to become night. Instruments they used were Datikapatra and sand timer. These were the instruments, this were the natural phenomenon on which people in olden days used to see the time, since watches, clocks, mobile phones, etc. were not invented. Because of development in science technology, it is very easier for the modern people in the modern life to see times by using mobile phones, watches, clocks, etc. Let us go through the most important 3 phases in a day: daytime, nighttime, and day. Daytime is the duration from the sunrise to the sunset is called a daytime. Nighttime, the duration from the sunset to the next sunrise is called a nighttime. Day, the duration from one sunrise to the next is called a day. Now these are the very easy concept. All of us know what is a daytime, nighttime, and a day. Rotation of the earth. All of us know the concept of rotation. Rotation is when the earth rotates around itself while revolving around the sun. Earth takes 24 hours to complete one rotation. that is the period of 1 day. During rotation, 180-degree longitude in west faces the sun and those in the east faces the darkness. All of us know Earth has 360 longitudes. Therefore, while the Earth revolves around the sun and rotates around itself, half part of the Earth faces the sun, and that is when the west part. Similarly, when the west part is facing the sun, the opposite part, that is the east, faces the darkness. Slowly, when the Earth is revolving around the sun and rotating around itself, the east part now faces the sun, whereas the west part will now face the darkness. This is how the rotation of the Earth takes place, and all the longitudes, that is 360 longitudes, faces the sun in a day. One time it is half, that is 180 longitude, and next time it is the next 180, both comparing to 360 longitudes, both facing the sun in a day. As Earth moves from west to east, we experience apparent movement of the sun from west east to west. When, for example, if you are traveling in a bus, we realize that when you're passing by, if you're going ahead, you realize the side by trees or the shops or the buildings, they try to move in your opposite direction. Same thing happens over here also. When the Earth is moving from west to east, the sun for us seems to be moving from east to west, where actually the sun is not moving. Sun remains on the same position. Because of the rotation of the Earth, we see the sun moving. Due to rotation, we experience sunrise, noon, sunset and midnight. Sunrise is the first phase of the day, which takes place around 6 to 7 a.m. in the morning. Next happens is the noon, that is the midday, when you have the sun going right up above your head. That is the noon time. Sunset takes place in the evening around 6:30, 7 o'clock, and midnight is the night time we face. These are the four important phases of the day we face because of the rotation of the Earth. Due to rotation, the length of the shadow changes. We'll see in the next picture how the shadow of the sun keeps on changing. In your textbooks, they have given you an experiment. The experiment is just as follows. You have to observe the daytime. You will realize that the sun rises in the east and sets in the west. To 6 a.m. when the sun has risen, you will realize that as the distance is more. As the sun is going upward, it is becoming noon time, you will realize that the distance of the sun and the earth is less. Similarly, as the sun is about to set, you realize the distance again is getting more. So, in the morning and in the evening, the distance is more as compared to distance in the noon time. You would have realized by your observation that the shadows in the early morning and evening were the longest, while those at the noon were the shortest. Because of the change in the apparent location of the sun in the sky, the length and direction of the shadow of the pole kept changing. By observing the figure and the experiment, we concluded that shadows in the morning and evening were the longest, while those in the noon were the shortest. Let us summarize what we have learned in this video. We learned about rotation of the Earth. We learned that Earth rotates around itself when Earth has 360 longitudes. When the Earth is revolving, you will realize half of the Earth faces the sun, which has the daytime. Similarly, at the same time, the opposite direction, which is not facing the sun, will have darkness, will have the night time. We have learned the concept of sunrise, noon, sunset and the midnight. Because of rotation of the Earth, we get 4 important phases of the day. We also learned the instrument used to see the time. Earlier, since there were no watches, no clocks, no internet, people used natural phenomena such as sunrise, noon, and sunset to realize the time of the day. We have learned the shadows keep on moving every day. The daytime, when it is morning and evening, the distance, the shadows are the longest as compared to the shadows in the noontime. We'll continue the next lesson in the next video.